Imagine if you are shipping 100 orders and you have one order with a defect. So what will be your ODR? So your ODR, that is the order defect rate, will be 1%. And how much is allowed in Amazon? 1%. So for the very next defect that you are going to get on your order, you will lose your featured offer eligibility. You cannot have an ODR above 1%. Hello and welcome to Digital Bytecraft. I am Hamza, and in today's video I'll explain you what is ODR, how it is calculated, what are the factors on which it is dependent upon, how we can manage those factors, and how we can appeal against an ODR decision. So selling is one part and compliance is the other. I believe that compliance is more important than selling, because if you're not compliant you can lose your business in a flash. Understanding the compliance side, or rather the account health side of Amazon, is as important as selling your product. Let's get started. So in order to understand order defect rate and how this customer service performance metrics works, let's just look into the factors on which order defect rate consists of. So order defect rate consists of the three metrics. One is the negative feedback, second is A to Z claims, and third is the chargeback claims. Now we'll first look what is order defect rate. So order defect rate is basically the defect that you get on each order. For example, if you have shipped 100 orders and your one order is defective, your defect rate would be 1%. But if you have shipped 10,000 orders and your defect rate is 1, like your defect is 1, so what will be? You can divide it by percentage and get the percentage, that is 1 divided by 10,000, so it would be around 0.1%. So the order defect rate is not like it should be one order, it is 1%. So your order defect rate should be under 1%. If your order defect rate increases this 1%, you are going to lose the featured offered eligibility. And when you will lose the featured offer eligibility, you will lose the buy box plus the ability to advertise your items. And you know, once you don't have the buy box and once you cannot advertise the items, you are definitely not going to make sales. So the order defect rate is a key measure of your ability to provide a good customer experience. It's orders with a defect defined below as a percentage of the total orders during a given period of 60-day time period. So you can see here the time window right now is 60 days, that is from June 4th to August 2, 2026. So whatever you have shipped, the number of orders, they are going to be your total number of orders, and whatever defects you have got in these three aspects, negative feedback, A to Z claims, and chargeback claims, they are going to be the factor on which the ODR will be calculated. So as we have already discussed, the order defect rate should always be under 1%. Now we will look into each factor one by one. So number one is the negative feedback. So as the name implies, the negative feedback means here it's not about the feedback regarding the customer, it's regarding the feedback about the store or the seller. So it is like where customer is giving you a rating that this seller is not like capable of providing a good service, the seller mistreated me, the seller lost the item. So this rating is not about the item, it is about the seller. So negative feedback, each feedback is going to count as one defect. So you all should always get positive feedbacks from the sellers. Try to give them a very good customer services, so that if they even face any grievances, they are resolved there and then. Now A to Z guarantee claims. So this is the second component of ODR. A to Z guarantee claims are basically claims that where a customer reaches out to Amazon. So customer reaches out to Amazon that I have not got my order, or I have not got my refund that I claimed. So what Amazon does, that Amazon immediately not only give the refund to the customer, but also have count it as one defect in your account health. Now it is like a double-edged sword. You are going to lose money and you are also going to lose your account health. So I'll tell you how we can deal with the A to Z claims. Now chargeback claim. Chargeback claim is similar to A to Z claim, but the only difference is the customer has not has now reached the bank rather than Amazon. So what customer will ask the bank that I have not made this payment or I have not got the item. So this is a chargeback situation. So give me my money back. Here Amazon will require from you the tracking details, the order details, when was the order shipped, which was the carrier. So you have to be very proactive in handling the chargeback claims. So these were the three factors which are like making the ODR. Now, how and why we get these three defects? So, negative feedback mostly we get because of our own mistake, like not treating the customer's need on time. So, if a customer has messaged you and you are not replying on time, he will definitely give you a negative feedback. So, if like I agree that there are going to be issues while you are shipping, but if you address them there and then, those issues will be resolved. But if you don't, then customer is going to give you a negative feedback. Now, when A to Z guarantee claims occur, A to Z guarantee claims occur like customer is asking you for a refund and you like ignore it or you deny it, then customer has this option. Customer will definitely go for A to Z claim or chargeback claim, mostly A to Z claim. So rather than customer going here and you are being faced with a double-edged sword of losing your money and also getting a defect, you just acknowledge the customer needs and issue the refund, I would say. So chargeback claim mostly occurs when there is something related to banking transaction, but sometimes customer do reach out to banks in confusion whether they should have reached to Amazon. Now, how to manage these factors? Now, to manage negative claims, you can go in the performance bar. I'll show you. So you will come here in the manage feedback tab. Here you would be seeing all your feedbacks. So the feedbacks that have a negative rating or less than 2 rating or rather less than 3 ratings, you will go and you will try and contact that customer and give them complimentary refunds, or rather if you see that the feedback is not related to your performance, rather it is related to the product, ask Amazon, or you see that the feedback is irrelevant, you can always open a claim with Amazon and get that removed. So you have to be just vigilant in going through and checking each of the feedback. Now to manage A to Z claims. To manage A to Z claims, you have an option here. You would be shown all the claims here. Once those which are requiring action, those which are under review, those where you have the option to appeal, and all at once. So for the option to appeal, always go and appeal your case. Try to defend that we have shipped. Try to say that we are on the right, but on the other hand, try to refund the customer as early as possible so that your appeal is upheld and Amazon it takes away the defect. Once our A to Z claim is under review, always try to refund the customer and get it sorted. So those which are action required, Amazon is definitely requiring some information from you, so go and provide that. Now managing chargebacks. So once you have a chargeback, all you have to do is just provide the tracking number, the carrier and the actual date of shipment and the address, also on which you have shipped the item. So the more you provide the information and the quicker you provide the information, the better it is. Chargeback are resolvable easily. So this was all the customer services performance side of the account health. Next video we will cover the shipping performance. So that was the whole video regarding the ODR. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel. In the next video, we will cover the shipping side, or rather the performance side of the account health. That includes very important segments like shipping rate, cancellation rate, on-time delivery rate, and so on. Stay tuned and keep watching Digital Bytecraft.